Live with the FEIYU-TECH a2000, ladies and gentlemen. Good up close and personal. Look at that. And I'm shooting right now with the Sony A9 with the 16-35 attached. It's a pretty heavy lens, pretty heavy camera, and this thing is handling it so well. Isn't that sick? Alright, so let me flip the camera around. What's up, you guys? Just position the gimbal here. Flip it around. Get some nice close-ups of this thing. Look at that. Get some nice close-ups. Now I have to mention that this is not the standard tripod that comes with it. Our standard tripod is right here. It's plastic, it's small, not a big fan of using it. For like really light cameras, I guess it's okay. But when I'm balancing a camera that costs $5,500 or $5,600, I don't think I'm going to really trust this sort of tripod with that. So I have the Per-Gear aluminum tripod. It costs $8 only, and it's extremely strong. And look at the how much ground it covers. I mean, compared to the other tripod that I have that came with the FEIYU-TECH. I mean, it's not that. I mean, look at the size difference between the two tripods. You can tell why I don't really want to use it. I mean, it's great, like I said, for like little cameras, but not for something this massive. This is a pretty big setup here. So let's talk about some of the features. Let's do some close-ups here. I did a live stream with the FEIYU-TECH yesterday, but I wanted to do another one today since I'm getting better at using it. Every day I'm learning more things about it. So here's some specific close-ups on the system. We have the 8-way joystick, right? See that? Very smooth rotation here. Very quiet motors. Like, I don't think I have a gimbal with quieter motors than the FEIYU-TECH. It's so far the quietest gimbal I've owned. We have a picture taking button. Right now I don't have the cable hooked up to the camera, so I can't take any pictures. But we also have the mode button here. So I can go into different follow modes. This one will allow me to control the roll. I'm in mode 2. See that? For some reason, they programmed it similar to the Jiwon crane, so it can't do a full circle on the roll axis here. And they did that so it wouldn't run into the pan motor, but the clearance is so good on this thing that I don't think that would ever happen. But they did add that roll function in there so you can get some of those abstract shots. So I can't really complain. And if we flip around the handle here to the back, we have a nice little trigger button. I don't know if you guys can see it. It blends in with the handle. But if I tap it twice, the camera will reset automatically, which is a feature I love. The Jiwon crane doesn't really have that feature. You have to press a mode button, and it's not really... There's no button on the Jiwon crane that's dedicated to reset and to full lock mode. So if I hold down the trigger button, this is a very convenient button, by the way. If I hold it down, the gimbal is in full lock mode. So if I pan, if I tilt, the camera will stay fixed and not move around. So let's turn off the gimbal. I'm going to hold the power button. A little chime plays, and I just want to show you the clearance again. For those of you who didn't see my live stream yesterday, this is another... I just wanted to do another live stream to show you all the close-ups on the system. I mean, look at that clearance. You can tell that I don't think any other gimbal has that sort of clearance. It's really... Let me focus here. Camera isn't focusing, but look at that clearance. And this is a heavy setup, and just look at that. That's fantastic clearance, guys. Put my finger in there just so you guys know what it looks like. I can put 2 fingers in there, actually. See that? Great clearance. Alfonso, what's up, man? How you doing? But yeah, that's what we're dealing with, and that is the FEIYU-TECH a2000 gimbal. So I'm going to power it back on. I'm going to hold the power button here. Oh, look at that. You see that? Gimbals are not perfect yet. So it thinks that I'm in inverted mode, so it's tripping out a bit. But let me properly position the camera. Let me turn off the gimbal here. Each gimbal has its own little thing. I mean, there's no such thing as a perfect gimbal. Again, I feel like it's a firmware thing that gimbal manufacturers are getting better with their firmware. So each year, firmware is going to get very, very powerful with their algorithms and all that. So let me power it on again. Now it resets normally. They usually recommend that whenever you power on your camera or power on the gimbal, I mean, that you have it sitting upright. That way, it calibrates the motors properly and the accelerometer and gyroscope. So now it looks great. So if you want me to do a shout out, you got to do a super chat. Send me a super chat, and I'd love to give you a shout out. Yeah. There you go. Some close-ups here. Take a look at the wiring. It's very similar to all the other gimbals here. We have one little cable going through the back of the roll arm here. See that cable? Goes to this motor. And all the power comes from the handle. We have two 18650 batteries. It goes up to the pan motor. Then there's another cable that runs right into the this arm here. You can see that the cable is hidden by this nice soft material. Goes right into the roll motor. And that's what powers the roll motor. See that? And that is the a2000. So if you guys have any quick questions, just wanted to do a quick live stream for you guys. And I have to tell you, I love this gimbal. It's the quietest one I own currently. I have 4 different gimbals. This is the quietest one. And there's just so much to say about this gimbal. So I'm going to save that for the official review video I have coming out soon. I think within about 10-12 days I'll have a review video on this gimbal. So make sure you are subscribed to this channel and stay tuned for what's to come, because there's a lot of awesome content coming. Alright guys, just wanted to update you. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Peace.